Welcome to RV and Travel Adventures. This is Jesus Manuel Menegarza. I hope you're doing fantastic wherever you're at. I do quite a unusual mix of videos on this channel, everything from RV reviews to install videos, my attempts to do install videos, and giving my experience as an RVer and as a human being that's going to be turning 70 in a few weeks, okay? So let me talk about something that's very important to all you RVers traveling to Mexico, be it in your van, be it in your car, or any form of transportation to get across the border, your RV, okay? Even in a group or as an individual, you may have some issues with what? La Mordida, the big bite. La Mordida has been going on forever in Mexico. It seems it's an opportunity for policemen, federal officers to ask Americans for a contribution. And of course, some Americans give more generous contributions than others, okay? So they're asking for some cash. They usually harass you at the border and in certain cities and where tourists congregate, okay? So what has been my experience with La Mordida? I've been going to Mexico as, when I was a child, crossing from Piedras, to Piedras Negras from, Del Rio, Texas, back in the day, from Laredo to Nuevo Laredo in Texas also, from San Diego to Tijuana, from Mexicali to Calexico, back and forth, stuff like that, okay? So I've traveled quite a bit in Mexico, crossing the border, and had various kinds of issues. So I even had issues in tourist spots like Cancun and Puerto Vallarta and other communities. So what is a mordida? It's an opportunity for a policeman, a corrupt policeman or official, to ask you for some money. They can either come as an individual or as a group and say, hey, can you give us some money? They actually ask you for money. You having some problems? You're not supposed to be here. Give us some money. It's basically a scam, and it's an opportunity, again, for them to make some money. One of the key things to understand about a mordida is if you show them your wallet and it has $10,000, they're going to want what? They're going to want $10,000, okay? Period. If you have a wallet, you open it up and it only has $5 in it, they're going to say, what happened? Don't you have any money? You're a rich American, aren't you? And you'll say, I'm going to the bank. Voy a visitar. I'm going to go visit some family down the street, some friends. I'm only going to be here for 5-10 minutes. I'm going back after. I only got $5-10. Is this good enough for you? Blah, blah, blah. So it's essentially a business transaction. Like it or not, it's going to be a business transaction. La mordida is going to be a business, again, transaction. You're going to pay off this individual, shut him up, and you're going to try to get off of it as little as possible. Let's say you're traveling with two people in your Class B RV or Class C or motorhome. You're driving down Mexico with a group, and you get stopped. Everybody else gets to go, but you get stopped. And they're going to ask you, you got any money? And you're going to say, I don't have much money. I don't got no money. They understand English. They're not stupid, okay? They know who they're dealing with. They've learned a little bit of English because they're in the business of mordidas, okay? So they're going to ask you, do you have any money? And you're going to say, let me get my wallet. I got $5. That's not much money. How about your wife? I got no money. No tengo dinero. My husband is in charge of the money. Do you got any money around the vehicle? No, we're only going to be here for 20 minutes, and then we're going back. I'm just here for a little bit. I'm not here forever. I don't need to bring a lot of money. And they're going to go, they're going to get very, very, very curt and upset with you, but they'll take the $5, $10, or $20 that you're going to give them and leave, okay? That's what they're going to do, okay? That has happened to me many, many a time. I always only keep in my wallet in Mexico, and I put everything else somewhere else. I have a fanny pack full of cash, but my wallet, I always open it up and I go, nomás tengo $5. Nomás tengo $10. I only have $10, $5, okay? Of course, I can communicate with them in Spanish, and you can't get too upset. This is the key part. Once they know that you're upset, they know they can screw with you. They can, mess with you, okay? I've seen people at the border, they get all, oh, the woman goes, oh, what do you want? What do you want? Here's $1,000. Here's $1,000. Just leave me alone. They get afraid. As long as you understand it's just a business, it's just a business for these folks. They're just trying to make a buck. And they're corrupt son of a bitches. We all know that. But they're just a business transaction. Just make sure your wallet, the number one bit of advice is that your wallet has only 5, 10, or 20 bucks in it. And just give it to them and say, aquí tengo $20. Nada más. That's all I have. I only have, or in English, I only have 10 bucks. I only have 20 bucks. Is that good enough for you folks? I got no more money in this. You know where the nearby bank is so I can get some more money? And of course, one of the tricks they always ask you is, hey, we're going to take you to the police station. You're going to pay a fine. And you can go, okay, vámonos pues. Let's go. And you just go with them. And because if they take you, they take you. They got the guns. They got all the different police officers to take you down there. And they'll probably get, and my experience has been that they get, flustered, and as you're going towards the police station, they go somewhere else, and the story's over with. Now you can continue on your route to wherever you're going in Mexico. When I travel to Mexico, I either travel by car, or RV, or a truck, or a train, or a bus, or airplane. Okay, I've gone to Mexico in 1974. I was with a group of people in theater traveling to Mexico City. They actually stopped the train trying to get a mordida. That's how corrupt these individuals. They could actually stop a train and say, "We're waiting for a mordida." They didn't say they want the mordida, but they say they got some fees to pay. You got some fees to pay, and of course we didn't pay. We were just a bunch of hippie Mexican boys and girls, and we just hung out. And we just said, "Hey, we'll just wait you out," and we waited. Several hours, and finally they said, train's going now. And we didn't have to pay anything, okay? That's how it works out. I was in Cancun, visiting family in Cancun just a few years back, and I borrowed my sister-in-law's car, and I was driving around with her, Volkswagen Jetta by the playa, and a cop stopped me because it was 35 miles an hour, then it dropped down to 25 miles an hour. Of course, the cop was waiting for you to drop, not go 25 miles an hour. Go 25 miles an hour, but I was going 35. So he harassed me and goes, "Hey, you're going beyond the speed limit. Want to go to the cops, or you can just pay me right now." And I said, okay. I pulled out my wallet, and this time I only had 20 bucks in my wallet. Okay, so I said, "Tengo $20. He got very upset. He goes, "Don't you have any more money?" And I go, "No, nomás tengo $20. I only have $20. And he got very upset. I gave him $20. And, he had the gall to tell me, "Hey, this is between you and me. We're just friends, aren't we?" "Yeah, somos buenos amigos. We're very good friends. Gracias. Estás muy amable. You're a very amicable person." A crook, period. Just a crook, okay? A mafioso, a Mexican mafioso. So the same thing happened in, when I'm crossing the border sometimes from one side of the American border to the Mexican border, some of these tourist towns. They got so many Americans crossing the border, they don't know who to pick sometimes. Example of an easy Mexican trip. About just a couple years ago, I was in Douglas, Arizona. I think it was crossing into the town of Agua Prieta. Modest, super simple, small, tiny town. Douglas. I parked my car at the AutoZone, and right there at the AutoZone, they said I can park it there and go across the border, which is about 50 feet, and I crossed the border. A lot of Mexicans cross the border to go to the Walmart on the Strip and all the shopping in Douglas, Arizona. They would cross and go back and forth. So there's a lot of back and forth traffic. So there's one guy at the border, two guys at the border, and then I crossed from Douglas, Arizona into Agua Prieta, if I remember correctly, Mexico. And they said, "Yeah, come on." I just crossed, and then I went looking for some Mexican food, and they didn't have any good Mexican food in Agua Prieta. Everybody was at the American side eating down there, having some better food. So then I walked around, looked around, then I came back, and there was a guy just saying, "Yeah, cross." And it took me like 1 minute to cross from one side of the border to the other side of the border. I just pass on by. So there's different border stops in the United States, different, situations, different experiences. Not every place is Tijuana. Mexicali, Nuevo Laredo, Piedras Negras, the list goes on and on, okay? Nogales. So I hope you're doing fantastic wherever you're at. The best bit of advice I can give you is when you are harassed by one of these policemen, Mexican police, and they want some money from you, don't panic. Number one, don't panic. And only have $10, $20 in your wallet and say, no tengo dinero. I ain't got no money. I'm going to the bank to pick up some money. I'm just going to be here for I'm only going to be here for a few minutes. I'm only passing through. I'm only going to be here for a bit, and then I'm headed back. Or you could say, I only use credit cards. I ain't got no cash on me. I'm sorry. I got $20. Want it? Here, $20. Shut up. Don't tell them shut up. So that's my number one bit of advice. Be calm, consider it a business transaction, and just give them a bit of cash. Make sure not to have, don't panic and show them like you got $1,000 in your wallet. I'm sorry. What do you want? What do you want? Some people are afraid. Some people are terribly afraid when they see a police officer with an assault rifle. I would be afraid, but I understand that they only want some money, and sometimes you can't give. They know some people have less money than others, and they see the American license plates, the California, the Texas, New Mexico, Illinois, Vermont, Washington license plates. And they go, oh, time for business. Our business is open today. Time to make some money. Let's stop this idiot and see what we can get from him. And they stop, every hour or so, maybe 5, 10 cars, and try to shake him down for some cash. So that's La Mordida in Mexico. That's how it works in Mexico, like it or not. Not all towns are like that. If you're in San Miguel de Allende, there's not going to be mordidas. There's not going to be people doing this stuff. If you're downtown Mexico City, if you can blend in, there's a lot of people. There's not going to be a lot of mordidas there. There's not. If you're in Guadalajara, there's not going to be a lot of mordidas. In Ajijic, no way, Jose. It's not going to be a bunch of mordidas. It's mainly in the border cities and the tourist stops like Puerto Vallarta or Cancun, stuff like that. That's where all the tourists are going, to get drunk and debauchery, etc. Stuff like that, okay? So I hope you're doing fine wherever you're at. I hope you're doing fantastic wherever you're at. I hope you're doing, gangbusters wherever you're at. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you have the time, I have a link in the description to my new, RVTA t-shirt. You can buy one, buy two, buy one for every member of the family, buy some for your friends. I would greatly appreciate it. It's just a promotion for my channel. I'm trying to get a little bit of publicity here and there, okay? Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and leave your kind and super friendly comments abajo, below, as we say in Spanish, as we say in Mexico. Abajo, por favor, si tienes el tiempo. Hope you're doing fantastic. This has been Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.